Youth, cars, and weapons. It's a deadly and heartbreaking mix, imperiling the lives of two young women crushed between vans. Violent crime in youth may be on the rise, but nearly 50% of all youth traumas come from car crashes, the result of bad judgments made in split seconds.
There's 1,000 traumas a year. 80% of them are blunt trauma, which means car crashes and falls, and pedestrians hit by cars.
Two young women who have fallen into that 80% category are rushed by EMS to Sunnybrook's Regional Trauma Center in Toronto. It's a scenario that's caused the trauma center to start an unusual program, one called P.A.R.T.Y, which stands for Preventing Alcohol and Risk-Related Trauma in Youth.
Today I'm actually, overall in the day, I'm working in the burn unit today, but I'm stopping down and I'm gonna go to the trauma room and speak to some high school kids actually. So twice a week as part of the P.A.R.T.Y program, high school kids come to Sunnybrook to sort of learn about prevention of trauma, and you know, they get a tour of different places in the hospital.
It's going to be a very educational experience.
We're just going to learn some real-life experience, like how people went through accidents. And
there's a couple people from our school that have been through some serious accidents.
It should be quite interesting.
The big thing about trauma, we do a lot of work here, we treat the trauma patients, but a lot of it is preventable. And so if we can get people at a young age and teach them some things to try to prevent these traumas, then that would be the best treatment of all.
These teens may know it's real, but nothing prepares them for the emotional part, meeting trauma survivors like Brenda and Rhiannon, who each lost a leg in a devastating crash. They've survived their surgeries, but they still don't know if they'll have to live out the rest of their lives confined to wheelchairs.
We're about 20 feet away from the road, so I figured we're safe to get out of the truck for 2 minutes. And we went to the back of the truck to check out what was broken and what wasn't. And that's the last thing that we remember. They cut my leg here, and Rhiannon's leg was severed on site.
That's what it looks like right now. Got stuck. What it looks like right now. Leg is pretty torn. Yeah, my daughter.
We can't do anything by ourselves anymore, and it's really, really hard. It's amazing how it actually affects yourself, your friends, your loved ones, and it changes everybody's lives, not just your own.
We both survived something very, very serious, as you can all see for yourself. I'm here, I'm alive, so is Brenda, and that's like the greatest thing in the world. So it's really crappy to be sitting in the hospital, but it's probably the greatest thing right now that could ever feel, to be sitting here, to be alive. You guys don't realize how precious your life actually is till you go through something like this.
Today, we just got a step closer to the people that have been through into like accidents and stuff like that, right? And then it was just really devastating to hear stories, and you know, like I was surprised that she was actually smiling too, you know, like I would be crying the whole time. So when I saw her smiling, I'm just like, well, you know, you're brave enough to smile when you're in bed like that.
You can lose your life in just 1 second. Things just happen just like that, and you don't even expect it. You never even stop to consider that can actually happen to you. Like, wow, you know, you're not safe from anything. Anything can happen to you.
I think it has to make a difference. You see it, and you see it from their reactions. But they've even studied it, and studied the 10 years of the P.A.R.T.Y program, and shown that kids that go through the P.A.R.T.Y program have much lesser incidents than people who don't ever get exposed to it.
Rhiannon and Brenda are the lucky ones. Back at the trauma center, the work continues, trying to ensure youth who land in trauma have a fighting chance.
We treat the trauma patients, but a lot of it is preventable. And so if we can get people at a young age and teach them some things to try to prevent these traumas, then that would be the best treatment of all.
I know a lot of kids who think this could never happen to you. This never happened to me, but it shows you like ordinary people, it happens all the time. And it's scary.
It could easily be any one of us, you know, in a wheelchair tomorrow.
It just makes you think twice about what you do, what your actions. It makes you want to listen to that voice that they tell you, because it is true, you always get that.
Yeah, I've never really thought about, you know, dying or death, but coming here, you never know what can happen.